Okay, this is showing how we could quickly get a data set that we just downloaded from Plus One on activity times of venomous snakes, sort of what leads to envenomation of human beings and what doesn't. And we're going to look at this group of snakes as to whether they are diurnal, nocturnal, or both, and their foraging strategy, whether they're active, passive, or they have both. The first thing, we've got a lot of snakes in a lot of different places, and we have to ask the question, is this pseudo-replication, meaning this is just one snake? There's the fact that it's in 4 places. Does it have the same strategy for each one? So if it's different in different areas, then we might want the snake to not be replicated. So we're going to create a column here called a replicate. And we'll call it duplicate actually, because we want to remove duplicates. If things are legitimate replicates, we don't want them. So what I'm going to do is equal, and I'm going to do the species and the diurnal versus nocturnal and the foraging strategy. All right. So then we're going to double click and put that all the way down. We're going to want to remove those that are duplicates here, and you can see that these two are in fact duplicates in different locations, and we could go do this by hand, but we're not going to. We're going to do Control A, Control T, which is going to turn it into a table. We will go to Data, and from Table or Range, and Transform. All right, we're going to copy that data. We're not going to use the tables because it's an easy way to do that. So we're going to right click on the data, and we're going to go to Move or Copy, and we're going to create a copy, and it's going to call it Data 2. We're going to lightly double click on this and call it Data No Dupes, because we're going to permanently remove the duplicates from here. So we're going to come over and click on L. We're going to go to Home and Conditional Formatting, and we're going to highlight duplicate values. All right, and that's okay. So it's now highlighted the duplicate values. We are going to go to Data, and in here somewhere, Data Tools. We're going to select all, and you're going to see a remove duplicates here, and you're going to click on the remove duplicates, and OK. And it said it did it. And we go to OK, and we have no dupes here. Did it? And it did not, so let's do a Control A again. Let's go to our remove duplicates. We're going to unselect all, and the column we want is duplicates. Sorry, did that wrong the first time, and there we go. All right. So it only removed the ones before that were duplicates for all columns, and so we got rid of those, and now we have ones, and the shading tells us since there are no more reds that we have one with no duplicates. So that removed all of our duplicates, and we can step forward in our analysis. Here I'm going to do a Control A and a Control C and put this in its own new data set so I don't mess with the original. All right, because things can get mucked up. And now I'm going to do a File and Save. And I'm going to call this Venom Snake Behavior. And I should, all right, now I'm going to drag this into analysis here in just a moment, but I'm going to do File and Close. And this is important so that two programs aren't working on the file at the same time. All right, I'm going to bounce over to Jump, which you've hopefully installed. All right, looks something like this. You won't see the recent files because this is my version, but you should have downloaded and installed it based on the instructions. And we are going to open that data. It should be, since we saved it, it should be in Documents. It might be someplace different for you. And it's up here at the top, Venom Snake Behavior. It bounces over to Excel, and I'm going to click Open. And it looks like it's got everything in there that I want. Sheet 1, that's it, and I'm going to hit Import. All right. So there we go. We want to do X by Y. And our response is going to be active foraging. And our X factor is going to be diurnal. And it's going to be contingency, so we're going to say OK. And here we go. So right away we have our different strategies. We have a mosaic plot, and it has our strategies over here with our row counts, column totals, etc. And it has our likelihood ratios and Pearson chi-squares here, and we know that there is a highly significant difference. Now, again, we may want to remove the unknowns and a few other things here, but in less than 10 minutes, we went from no data to data, and from removed our duplicate so we wouldn't have pseudo-replication, thereby potentially inflating our chi-squares. And we know that, in fact, there are some issues here in terms of that there are some significant differences. We can add the various chi-square values that we want to this. We could add different tests, but for right now, that's it. We're done. We've tested it, and that's how quick we can go from data to an additional test in Excel and Jump.